Hi, my name is Olivia. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to draft a basic bodice pattern. For you to draft a basic bodice pattern, you will need your bust measurement, you will need your waist, you will need your shoulder to nipple measurement, you will need your front length and your back length measurement, because usually our back is shorter than our front, and your nipple to nipple measurement. These are the essential measurements you need to draft your body. Alright, so you realize that from the edge of this pattern paper I marked 1 inch in, and then from the top here as well I marked 1 inch in. This is just going to serve as a starting line. There is no harm in starting from the edge though, but I just want to have a starting line. Now, to know the amount of pattern paper you will need, since we are working with the half bodice, not the full scale block, that means you definitely need your bust measurement. So that's the widest part of your measurement, because looking at this, the widest one is my bust. Okay, so you take half of your bust and then you add extra 2 inches to that. All right, so half of your bust and then you add 2 inches to that. So here I have 1875. I'm going to mark that 1875 from here, because that is where I marked my starting point. So I'm going to take it from there, and I'm going to mark it across just like this, 18.75 all across my pattern paper. This should be enough. Okay, this should be enough. Now I'm going to mark the length of my front. Mine is 16.5, and I'm going to input that across the paper. So I'm going to cut it out. This will be enough for me to draft my pattern. Next, I'll divide the 18.75 into 2 equal parts. So after dividing this into 2 equal parts, one side is going to serve as the front, while the other side will serve as the back. So I'm going to name here as CF, which is the center front, whilst here as CB, which will be the center back. Okay, and here will be our shoulder line. This will now be our shoulder line. Remember I said our back is usually shorter than our front. So my front is 16.5, whilst my back is 14.5. And I marked 16.5 throughout, right? So now, since this side is going to serve as the back, I'm going to input my back length. So we are going to do away with this, because it's not part of the back pattern. So my back is 14.5, and then my front is 16.5. Okay, so let's start. One important thing I forgot is the shoulder measurement. I forgot about that. So you need your shoulder measurement. Okay, so sorry about that. So my shoulder measurement is 15. So half of that is 7.5. I'll input that on both the front side and the back, just like this. I'll use a neck width of 3 inches and a neck depth of 3 inches for the front, and then for the back I'll use a neck width of 3 inches as well, while the neck depth will be 1 inch. This measurement is standard. Okay, so I'm going to connect that like that. For our shoulder slope, I'll come down from the back by 1 inch, whilst the front I'll come down by 1.5. Front 1.5, back 1 inch. This will help your garment or your dress to sit well on your shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to connect that like this. I'll do that for the back as well, like this. Trust me, this works for me. Okay, it works for me and works for my clients perfectly. I'm going to input my armhole measurement, and to get that you divide your bust by 6 and add 1.5 to that. So mine is 7.1. So I'm going to input 7.1 like this. But before I measure the same thing at the front, I'm going to take the measurement starting from the shoulder point like this, and I'm going to record that measurement. So I have 8.1. So from the shoulder line here, I'm going to mark the same 8.1 across. They have to be on the same line. So I'm going to input that like this. Let me quickly name that. That's CH. Our chest CH. So now on this chest point, we are going to take the same measurement from here, half of our shoulder measurement, and input it here. The same applies here. And I'll put that into a straight line. I'll do same for this one, just like this. Okay, so now I'm going to take half of my back armhole like this. I'm going to mark half of that like this. I'll input the same thing like this, and then I'll put that into a straight line across like this. Now on the back, I'll go in by ½ inch, and then for the front I'll go in by 0.75. Connect from here to the point like this. I'll do same for the back like this. Afterwards, I'm going to take quarter of my back measurement and input it on the chest point. I'll take my armhole curve like this, and I'm going to connect it. I'll do same here. So next I'll input my shoulder to nipple measurement. Next I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement into 2. So I have 3.5. I'm going to input that like this, and I also input the same thing on my shoulder to nipple line like this. I'll do the same thing for the back like this, and the same thing like this on the chest point. so you don't need your shoulder to nipple at the back. Okay, so from there, on the waistline, I'm going to input ½ inch like this on both sides. I'm just going to connect it like this. And then on the back as well, ½ inch on both sides. Just like this. Now you realize that on the side your back is shorter at the side, whilst the front is also long at the side. So we need to input a bust dart so as to do away with this uneven measurement here. Okay, but before that, I'll input quarter of my waist measurement like this, and then I'll replace the 1 inch dart. I'll do same for the back. I'll replace the 1 inch measurement just like this. I'm going to connect each of them like this to the chest line respectively, just like this. The back is not straight like this line you are seeing here. Our back is never straight like this. So for you to have a nice back, or for you to have your dress lay well on your back, you go in from the waist point like this, your waistline like this. You can do ½ inch, 0.75, and even 1 inch if you want, but the standard is ½ inch. So I'm going to connect it like this to my chest line, just like this. Initially, after adding 1 inch, after replacing the dart inch, we should have like 8 inches because my quarter of my waist is 7, so we should have 8 inches, right? Now because we've taken away this ½ inch, that means we will have 7.5, whilst we need ½ inch. So we are going to replace that. So from here we are going to mark that 8 inches like this, or you can just replace that ½ inch here, and then you connect it to your chest line like this. We are going to do away with this line here, and also here we are going to do away with here. Okay, so just in case you want to attach a zipper, you should not start from this straight line. Let's just assume I'll be adding a zipper allowance of 1 inch, so you should start your zipper allowance from here, 1 inch, following this line, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch upwards, just like that. Then go ahead and connect it like this. So now here will be your zipper allowance, not here. Okay, all right, so let's input our bust dart. At this point I thought I was recording, but unfortunately I wasn't. So this is after the filming, so I'm just going to illustrate whatever I did first. So right from your shoulder to nipple line, you take down 2 inches like this, and you mark half of that 2 inches just like this. You take from this 2 inches line, you take it to your nipple line like this, just like this, and then from the midpoint like this. Now from here you mark ½ inch in like this, and then you connect from your bust point to this place like this, and then from here like this. All right, so this is what you are supposed to do. So I'm going to cut it out. So here is my back, and then here is my front, and realize that the sides are not aligning, which is imperfect. Okay, so let's do away with that. Now you can alter the neckline as deep as you want, and even the shoulder line as wide as you want, but these measurements are standard. These are standard measurements, okay? And then this pattern is a good thing if you are a beginner. It will make your outfit look perfect, okay? So if you are not conversant with this, I would advise you practice. Okay, so for me to do away with this, or for me to be able to close this dart, you can either mark half of your shoulder line like this. Let me do that for you to see. You can either mark it like this. I'll use dot lines, okay, or short or broken lines as some of us say it. So I'm going to use it like this. So you connect it from here like this to your nipple point, and slash so as to close the dart, okay? And you can also slash from the waistline like this. I'm going to do that for you to see, just like this, to the nipple points like this, okay? This will help your pattern to move freely, okay? Because without slashing, you can't move it. You can't move it. So you need, if I had slashed this place, it will also move easily. All right, let me show you something. This is a pattern that I've made, and because of this tutorial, I have to make a pattern to show you how to slash the shoulder line. So this is it. I slashed it. That was why I was able to close the side dart. Okay, so this is it. This time around, I'm just going to slash the waistline like this. Open. Next, you do this. Just follow what I'm doing. Fold it into equal parts like this, and then you close the dart. Close it right on the line here. Let me see if I can. So you close it like this. Let this line join the other like this, just like this, okay? I still need more. From here, so I'm going to add a paper like this. And then I'll do this way. I'll just connect it like this. And then I'll cut it out. So this is what we have for the front and the back. So let's see whether the front will align with the back. Okay, so you realize they have aligned after taking off the bars dart. Okay, so here is our basic bodice pattern. As we move ahead, we are going to be modifying this into corset pattern, into different styles, especially corsets. So do well to stay tuned. Turn on your post notification bell, so anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. Of course, we are going to be learning detailed corset pattern work, and I mean that. So from here, I'm just going to take off this dart like this. Just going to take off this dart just like this. Okay, So if I had slashed the shoulder part like this, I would have had this. Do you see this? Okay, so this is what we have. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to like it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so anytime I upload a new video you will be notified. You would like to stay tuned though, please kindly stay tuned for more of this video from this pattern paper, and then I'll definitely see you in my next one.